Welcome to All Levels Vinyasa Yoga. Good morning, or whenever you're watching this. So there's a lot in the world right now that's uncertain for many people. And when we reach these places, our nervous system is designed to help us feel stable and to help us feel secure. I mean, that's what it's seeking for. That's what we associate with survival, is ease of survival, is safety, is security, is stability. So, so what happens in times of uncertainty is our nervous system kind of goes into overdrive. And we either go into fight or flight, or we go into freeze. Now, fight or flight is an activated energy. It's a charged energy. And so the beauty of a moving meditation practice at this time, such as yoga and such as even a faster paced yoga, like an all levels vinyasa class, is that with that, we're able to take that charged energy, that buzzing you might even feel in your body, and channel it into something that's a little bit more productive. Give it an outlet rather than having it like ping-ponging around inside you. If freeze is your default stress response, then the beauty of a movement practice is that you're actually moving yourself out of freeze. You're moving yourself into more of that activated energy, which then allows you to it's a more productive space to then be able to take action in and to be able to take care of yourself from. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and begin in child's pose today. And so come to your mat. Knees can be together or nice and wide. And you're going to go ahead and rest your forehead down on your mat. Arms come out in front of you or alongside your body. And so just take a couple nice deep breaths in and out. Feel where your forehead rests on the ground. Feel where your hands and feet rest on the ground. Feel how the ground is supporting you. Feel how the flow of your breath in and out supports you. Even when everything else seems uncertain. Check in with your jaw, that you're not holding any tension there, that your tongue is light in your mouth. Maybe you rock your head a little side to side. And then on your next inhale, rise up to your tabletop. So shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees. Hands are pressing into the ground, fingers are spread wide. And then it's almost like your fingers were grasping around a big lid on a jar. And you're imagining rotating, opening those jars away from each other. So that's going to open across your chest. Keep lifting your low belly towards your spine so that your back isn't arching. Your core is engaged to support you. And then from there, take some cats and cows. Inhale to lift the tailbone on top of your head. Keep your core gently lifting towards your spine. Exhale, press the ground away, round. Keep that flow going, inhaling to open. Exhaling to round. 2 more, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, come to a flat back. As you exhale, take your downward facing dog. So hands come a little bit further forward. And then lifting your knees. I'm going to create almost like a triangle shape with you in the ground. So keep squeezing through all 10 pads of your fingers if you can. If you can see your heels, slide them behind your toes. Maybe you pedal your feet here, one and then the other. Then you can check in with your neck, releasing any tension there. Keep a nice steady breath. Take another nice full breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Come back to your tabletop. From tabletop, inhale, reach your right arm out to the side or even up. As you exhale, thread it down and through, coming to rest your right ear, side of your head down to the mat. Left hand can stay where it is or can slide out overhead. Or maybe it reaches around for a half bind. There's no pressure here, and you want to make sure you can breathe deeply. And if you can't breathe deeply, back off. You also want to keep the gentle lift of low belly towards your spine. Keep pressing through your feet, with your shoulders moving away from your ears towards your hips. And then bring your hand back in on an inhale, unwind back up. As you exhale, release your right hand back down to your mat. We'll switch sides. Inhale, left arm reaches out or even up. As you exhale, thread it down and through. Again, take your top arm wherever is right for your body. Keep pressing through your feet. Keep gently lifting your low belly. And nice deep breaths here. And bring your top arm back in. If it's somewhere else on your inhale, unwind back up to your tabletop. Maybe left arm reaches high again. Exhale to replace it on your mat. Take a nice deep breath in here. Maybe look up. And as you exhale, once again, downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. Full breath out. Softening your knees. Walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're coming to a forward fold. Feet about hip width apart. Let your upper body melt forward. You can grab opposite elbows. If you're ready for more of a shoulder stretch, you can interlace your hands at your low back or use a towel or a belt or a scarf or whatever between your hands. And then let your arms float up and overhead. Low belly is not pressing towards it. You're moving in the direction of your thighs, but your low belly is still lifting towards your spine. Your head and neck and jaw relaxed. Muscles around your eyes relax. Take a few more deep breaths. Take one more nice full breath in. And as you exhale, release the bind. Inhale, find a flat back. Maybe knees bent for this first one, hands to your shins. So there's still a lifting of armpits towards the ceiling. There's still a lifting of low belly towards your spine. So it's like you're using the strength of your upper back to get light. You're using the strength of your core to lengthen. So those two forces work together. Take another nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, fold again. Inhale, flat back. Maybe knees can start to straighten. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, roll. Tuck your pelvis. Roll one vertebrae at a time up to stand. Reach your arms up. As you exhale, bring palms together. Draw them to heart center. Closing your eyes, go inward to where the thumbs rest on the center of your chest. Feel that space. Perhaps an intention for your practice. And honor those intentions with one Om. Take a nice deep breath in. Opening your eyes, inhale to reach your arms up and overhead. Keep shoulder blades actively drawing down. Keep thighs lifting back up into your hips a little. As you exhale, bow forward. Try to keep your spine light and long as you go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk your hands out. Find a plank pose. So here in your plank pose, you're going to think about armpits lifting towards the ceiling to help you get light through your wrists. You're going to think about drawing the front of your thighs back up into your hips slightly. And then your shoulder blades are going to slide down your back towards your hips and then wrap towards the front of your ribs a little to integrate with your core. Take one more nice deep breath in. Now as you exhale, maybe you lower your knees. Chaturanga, you're going to keep your low belly lifting. So if you were to lower all the way to the floor, which Chaturanga is not actually a lowering all the way to the floor, but if you were to lower all the way to the floor, your chest and belly would hit at the same time. Elbows pull back right alongside your ribs. Come to elbows at 90 degrees, then scoop forward. Maybe you just come to a little bit of a cobra with your low belly on the floor. Elbows bent. Maybe you come all the way to your up dog, pressing through your hands, thighs lifting, shoulders moving back. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, find your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Another breath in. Exhale. One more. Exhale it out. Look forward. Step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through your feet to rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Take a breath in here to set up. As you exhale, maybe knees lower, maybe they stay lifted, low plank. Inhale to open into your back bend, your heart opener. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look forward, step your feet. Maybe use the opposite one to step first. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, long, light spine. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Inhale here, exhale, low plank. Inhale to open. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Look forward, step to the top. Flat back. And fold. Rise. Bow. Long light spine. Plant your hands. Your vinyasa. Inhale and exhale. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look forward, feet to hands. Flat back. Rise. On your inhale, bow. On your exhale. Inhale, flat back again. Exhale, plant your hands. Your flow. Inhaling to open. Exhaling, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Come to the top of your mat, stepping or hopping. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time, Utkatasana, chair pose. Maybe big toes touch, heels wide. If that does not work for your body, take feet and knees hip width apart. Wherever you are, weight is to your heels. Arms are reaching tall. Pinkies rotate in. As you sink your hips, though, don't let your belly go. Keep drawing your low belly back towards your spine. Keep drawing shoulder blades down and wrapping them slightly forward to integrate with your core. Inner thighs spiral towards each other and down towards the mat, so outer edges of your hips can release. Take one more nice full breath in. As you exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop back. If you're hopping back, you're landing in your Chaturanga. Inhale to open through your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, bend your knee. Just take a few breaths here, maybe circling out your foot and ankle or your knee and hip. 3, 2, 1. Take a nice full breath in now. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Pivot your back foot flat at an angle. Inhale, rise to warrior 1. So warrior 1, sometimes your hips want to do this. Draw your right hip back and take your back thigh, draw it back up into your hip a little. So again, you're finding your core. Use the strength of your low belly to lengthen out of your low back. Take another nice full breath in. Now as you exhale, open to warrior 2. So hips and chest are going to face the long edge of your mat. Arms are reaching away, fingers are reaching away, but shoulder blades are drawing back towards the midline. Don't let front knee wing in. And press it towards the pinky edge of your foot. And even though feet are pressing away, thighs are drawing back in and up. Last 2. Last 1. Flip your front palm up. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Don't keep your back hip lifting towards your ear. Let your front thigh draw your back hip forward a little towards the top edge of your mat, towards your right foot. Keep your shoulder blades moving down and breathe. Take one more nice full breath in. As you exhale, windmill your hands all the way down. Step back, flow through your vinyasa. Once in down dog, inhale to lift your left leg. As you exhale, bend your knee, roll your hip open. Just a few breaths here. Circling out foot and ankle or knee and hip. Take another nice full breath in. As you exhale, left foot comes forward. Rise to warrior 1. So again, check in with your hips. Find stability from your center. So even if the world is crazy, you have stability within you. You have that potential. Find it with your body, with your core, with a balance of being both open, flexible, and also strong and supported. Take another nice full breath in. As you exhale, open to your warrior 2. So again, fingers and feet are reaching away from center, but the strength of your thighs, the strength of your shoulders and your upper back muscles are drawing you back into center. Deep breath. Flip your front palm up, inhale, reverse. Reaching up and back. And shoulder blades draw towards your hips, away from your shoulders, and wrap slightly towards the front of your ribs. Integrate with your core. Take one more nice full breath in. As you exhale, windmill your hands down to your mat. Step back to plank and flow through your vinyasa. That can always mean continuing to use your knees. It can also mean going straight to down dog. Take a nice full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale to lift your right leg. Exhale, step your foot forward. Rise to warrior 1. Exhale, open to warrior 2. This is dance of the warriors. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Step back, take your flow. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your foot forward. Inhale to warrior 1. Exhale, open to 2. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Your flow. Take a nice full breath in. A nice full breath out. Look forward. Step or hop. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. This time, as you exhale, you're going to bring palms to heart center and lift your right knee. Keep both feet flexed. See if as you lift, you're lifting from your low belly. Take another nice deep breath in. Now, as you exhale, start to hinge from your hips. See if legs can move along the midline. Keep some awareness on your inner thighs. Find warrior three. Slowly come back to center. Again, trying to keep legs moving along the midline. Awareness to inner thighs. As you exhale, release your foot down. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, sink hips to chair pose, palms together at heart center. Inhale, left knee lifts. Balancing here, lifting your leg from your core. Again, shoulders and upper back muscles integrating with your core. Imagine that lifted foot was pressing into something to help you find your strength. Take another nice breath in. Now as you exhale, you're going to start to hinge here, taking your lifted leg back. Awareness to inner thighs. Low belly lifting towards your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Mindful. Slowly bring that knee back through center. And then exhale, release it down. Inhale, reach your arms up tall, stand tall. As you exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale to lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot forward, rise to warrior one. As you exhale, bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers, draw your knuckles down. If interlacing your fingers does not work for your body, once again, take a towel or scarf or belt between your hands. Give your shoulders some space. Hold that. Make sure top shoulder points aren't still rolling in. Think about armpits moving back to spine to find that opening across your upper chest. Then keep the opening across the upper chest. Keep shoulder blades moving down and wrapping slightly forward, and bow, humble warrior. Let your head and neck start to melt towards the floor, maybe even towards your front big toe. Don't open your hips out to the side. If you can, keep drawing your right hip back a little bit. Keep sealing through the outer edge of your back foot, but drawing that thigh back into your hips so that left and right sides of your core are engaged. Take another nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, press through your feet. Use the strength of your core. Rise back up to warrior one. Exhale, open to your warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, extended side angle. So maybe your right elbow comes back towards that bent front knee. Maybe your hand starts to come down to a book or a can, something you might have, or maybe to the floor. Not about how deep you go, it's about being able to find that balance of strength and space. So if you compromise one of those things, then back off until you can find both, including the breath actually, so all three things, and then work the shape from there. Let the shape work you from there. Take another nice deep breath in. Now as you exhale, windmill that top hand down. Walk your hands to the center of your mat, right toes turn in, wide-legged forward fold, or prasarita. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Make sure the space where back of your legs meets your bottom is lengthening. And then as you exhale, bow here. Let your head and neck relax. Again, check in with the muscles around your eyes, with your tongue, with your jaw. Release any tension if it's crept in, or at the very least, invite it to release. And take some nice deep breaths. Inhale to rise halfway up. And as you exhale, you're going to pivot back to face the top edge of your mat. So your right foot is still forward. Then left hand comes down, maybe onto your fingertips, maybe onto a book or a block. Right arm starts to peel up and open. So sometimes our chest wants to move away from our legs. See if you can keep thinking about reaching your chest towards your front knee, lifting your low belly towards your spine, but still pressing that whole section of your body towards your thigh, and then rolling open from your ribs. Shoulders, again, are not up by your ears. They're moving down towards your hips. Last 3. Last 2. Take another nice deep breath in. As you exhale, release your right hand down. Inhale to reach your chest forward. Exhale, lower back knee. Find half split. Shift your hips to stack over your back knee. Flex through your front foot. So flexing is toes reaching up towards the ceiling. Heel actively lengthening away. And again, you want the space where the back of your leg meets your bottom to be lengthening. So that may mean bending your front knee. You don't want your low back rounding or your upper back hunching. You want to see if you can keep your chest muscles soft. You want to imagine you could balance a glass of water on your low back, right in the middle there. On your next inhale, you're going to start to shift your weight back towards your front foot and then rise up through your chest and arms. If that's a hard transition for you, tuck your back toes under and lift your knee, shift your weight back forward, and then release your knee back down. Once you've risen up, drop your right hand down to your hip, or again, a block or book or the floor, and take your left arm up and over, finding a deep side body stretch along the left side of your body. Breathe here. Don't let the shoulder come with you. Shoulder stays down. On your next inhale, come back up to center. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Step back to a plank pose. Bring your right hand to center, and you're going to start to pivot onto the outer edges of your feet. Feet can stay staggered, or more challenging is feet stacking arch to arch. If both of those are too much, lower your right knee down so that you've got a grounded leg. If you'd like a little more, you can either lift your top leg, or perhaps for a different challenge, actually lift your bottom leg, sealing through the outer edge of your top leg. Breathe here. The shoulders stay integrated into your back. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Come back to your high plank. Take a nice breath in. Either flow or meet us in down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to lift your left leg. Exhale, step your foot forward. Rise to warrior 1. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back. Maybe you interlace opposite pinky on the outside, or grab again your towel or belt or scarf. Move armpits back, draw shoulder blades down. Low belly is still lifting so that chest muscles are soft as you open, but supported. On your next exhale, keep the opening across your chest. Keep the support of your core muscles and your upper back. Start to bow forward. Breathe here. Humble warrior. Make sure you're pressing into the space below your big toe and your front foot, not just the outer edge. Take one more nice breath in. As you exhale, release the bind in your arms. Inhale, rise back up to warrior 1. Exhale, open to your warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. And then as you exhale, come to your extended side angle. Again, elbow can stay right there at your knee. Really flex through the palm of that hand, both hands really, Or maybe you slide that hand down inside your foot. Breathe here. Your working front thigh eventually close to parallel with the ground. That may or may not be today or ever, but that's the direction you're gently aiming towards. Take a few more nice deep breaths. Even in challenge, we allow for the challenge and we breathe. And if the challenge is too much, we back off until we can breathe. Take another nice deep breath in. Now, as you exhale, windmill that top arm around and down. Come to Prasarita, that wide-legged forward fold. So toes come to face the long edge of your mat. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to bow. You could stay here. You could take a twist. With each hand, you can take Skandasana, side lunge, turning your right toes towards the back corner of your mat. Bend into that knee, the other leg stays long. I don't know if you can see me. Let me just turn around. You're gonna stay where you are. I'm just turning around so you can see me. Oh, you still can't. Here, if I go to the other leg. Yeah, so this is what the shape looks like. And then if you are in one side in that Skandasana or in your twist, go ahead and switch sides if you have not yet. I'm gonna go back to where I was before so I don't get confused when we come out. And your next inhale, make your way back to center. Exhale here. And inhale to lengthen halfway. As you exhale, pivot back to face the top edge of your mat. Left foot is forward. We're coming into our twist. Right hand plants on the floor or fingertips on the floor, or maybe your hand is on a block or a stack of books. And then left arm peels up and open. So you don't want this hip to pop up. Drop it down. Think about both thighs pulling into your hips a little bit. Float low belly towards your spine, but keep reaching chest towards your knee, belly towards your spine. Breathe here, strong through your hands. 3, 2, keep pressing to the space below your big toe on your front foot, not just the outer edge. Take one more nice deep breath in. As you exhale, release your hand down. Inhale to lengthen through your chest. As you exhale, lower back knee down. Shift your hips, stack over your back knee, and find that flex through your front foot for half split, Ardha Hanuman. And again, keep lengthening here so you're not rounding through your low back. And if that means softening your front knee, that's okay. What we're trying to stretch here are the muscles right here. So if you round your low back, those muscles aren't actually getting any longer. So it's better to bend your knee and lengthen those muscles. And eventually then maybe your knee starts to work towards straight. So each of us, our bodies are different. So our journey with each of the shapes is different. So it's not about arriving in the textbook picture of the posture. It's about us letting ourselves meet the shapes, letting the shapes show us what our journey should be. On your next inhale, start to shift back towards your front foot. As you exhale, you're gonna rise up. So we're taking that side body stretch again. Left hand coming down once you're up to your hip or a block or a stack of books or maybe the floor. And then your right arm's coming up and over. Again, shoulders aren't up here, they're still sliding down. And we breathe. And the next inhale, come back up. As you exhale, plant your hands. Step back to your plank. Side plank, left hand comes to center, rolling open onto the edges of your feet. Maybe you stack arch to arch. Maybe you lower, bottom knee down to the ground for some support while you're building strength. Maybe you float top leg or even seal through the top foot, float the bottom leg up and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, come back to your high plank. Inhale here, and then exhale to flow or meet us in down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Exhale, palms to heart center. We're going to twist. Lengthen here as you exhale, twist to your right. So maybe you're twisting up tall. Maybe you're hinging and hooking left elbow outside of right knee. Don't let the right hip come forward with you. Left hip come forward with you. Draw the left hip back. Press palms together. Lift your low belly away from your thighs, and then use the strength of your core and your upper back to lengthen your spine and roll. Top ribs back, bottom ribs are rolling the direction of your gaze. And breathe. Maybe hips can even sink a little lower. Inner thighs spiral down toward your mat. Let the outer edges of your hips soften slightly. 2 more breaths. Take another nice deep breath in. Exhale to twist it open and bow forward. Feet come hip width apart. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. You can wrap peace fingers around your big toes or take any arm variation that works for you. Keep low belly gently lifting towards your spine. The breath is moving in and out of soft and easy ribs. Shoulders aren't collapsing by your ears. They're still moving toward your hips. Take 1 more full breath in. Exhale to release the bind. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Toe, heel, feet, big toes back to touch if that is the base for your chair pose. Inhale, rise up through your chest and arms. Exhale, palms come to heart center, lengthen, twisting the other direction. So again, you can twist up tall or you can hook right elbow outside of your left knee. Notice I'm not collapsing through my chest here. I'm still taking my top shoulder, I'm rolling it back. I'm opening across my chest. Don't let right hip come forward. Keep it drawing back. Keep inner thighs spiraling down. Low belly lifting. And then find your breath here. 4, 3, 2, big full breath in. Exhale it all the way out. And then release on the empty. Forward fold again, feet coming hip width apart. Maybe you slide palms of your hands under the soles of your feet this time. Standing toes all the way up to your wrists for Padahastasana, gorilla pose. Or again, any arm variation that works. Knees do not have to be straight. Come back to your breath, come back to your intention. If you've lost it. Another nice full breath in. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Toe heel your feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Again. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise all the way to stand. Exhale, bring your palms together to your heart center. So this is an active stance. So we're spiraling inner thighs back towards the back edge of our mat, but still drawing the front of our thighs back up into our hips. Notice how that then engages your low belly. And again, shoulder blades are drawing down towards your hips and then wrapping slightly forward so the chest muscles can soften. And it's your upper back that is bringing you stability. Core is stabilizing the low back. And we're going to move into balance shapes here. So shift your weight to your left foot. We're going to take tree pose. So you're going to start to get light through your right foot. See if you can shift your weight to your left foot without dropping into that hip. Keep drawing that thigh back up into the hip. Start to roll your right knee open towards the side. Now maybe you stay right here. Maybe the right foot can come up to the inner thigh on the left leg. You just don't want to sweep your own knee. So there's no direct pressure on the standing knee joint. The eyes are drawing back in to engage the low belly. Maybe you grow your arms tall. Keep your gaze on one unmoving spot so it's soft and steady. And breathe. Allow the breath to flow. Even in stillness, there are small fluctuations. This is not a freeze state. It's more about the balance of potential energy. Take one more nice full breath in. As you exhale, palms come back to center, knee comes back forward, and then release it to the ground. In a switch, inhale, reach your arms up to reset, to root, to grow tall. Exhale, palms to heart center. Shift your weight to your right foot without dropping into that hip. Thigh draws in and up. Low belly stays engaged. Left knee starts to get light and turn out towards the side. Maybe it comes up to inner calf. Maybe it comes all the way up to inner thigh. Don't forget about the strength of the inner thigh on your standing leg. Maybe arms grow tall. Take one more nice full breath in. As you exhale, hands come back to center, knee comes back to center, and release down. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center, Mulana, yoga squat. Take your feet wide, toes out further than your heels, and start to sink your hips down. If this does not work for your knees or your low back, either come to a seat and mimic the shape, or sit your hips on a stack of books or a block. Nice, deep, steady breath. Take another nice full breath in. And then as you exhale in a way that works for your knees, slowly come to a seat. Plop. So we're going to go ahead and stretch into our hips a little bit. So here in your seat, let me change this a little since I'm on the ground now. You're going to start to bring left foot to the floor. And you're going to bring right ankle over top of left knee. Now your foot may need to be further out in front of you. It may be able to be nice and close in. But the point is you want both sits bones to stay on the ground. You don't want this one to lift up. Both sits bones to stay grounded. And then you're trying to lift your chest and press it gently towards that shin. And so find, again, the depth of the shape that is right for you. It's not about arriving. It's about allowing the shapes and our body to enter into a conversation that we're just listening to. And in that way, we learn about our bodies. We learn more about ourselves, our patterns, Now you can stay right here if this is plenty. If your body could use a little bit more stretch to heel your bottom foot across, coming towards double pigeon. So this might be a great place to stick a pillow between that foot and knee, or again, some blocks or books. But again, the point is you want both sits bones even on the ground. You don't want this hip up, and you're trying to bring knee and opposite ankle in line with each other on each side. Eventually shins stack. And then you can either sit up nice and tall here, or you can start to walk your hands forward. Keep both feet flexed and a little engaged to help protect your knees and your ankles. And if your response and challenge is to run away, then this is your opportunity to practice staying. If your response to challenge is to fight, then perhaps this is your opportunity to practice breathing and self-soothing and kind of calming, noticing where it's appropriate to fight or run. There are times when those are appropriate responses. It's not about those being bad or wrong. But is this time for yourself on your yoga mat really a time when you need to run or where you need to fight? Is that actually an appropriate response? And if your response in times of stress is to just freeze, to go numb, to collapse, to give up, then perhaps this is your opportunity to practice staying alert, staying active, keeping a little fire. So first, we notice our pattern, our personal pattern, and then we explore discernment. Is it appropriate in this moment? And then if it's not, we explore what are some other options? What are some other alternative responses that might also be possible? Take another nice full breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale to slowly start to come back up, sitting tall if you've walked forward, and then start to unwind your legs. Take your feet nice and wide to the edges of your mat and windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then we're switching sides. So plant your right foot, left ankle comes across. Again, find the right depth of the shape for you. Both sits bones are grounded. Lifted foot is flexed. Chest is lifting and pressing towards your shin. Breathe here. And just know that this inward journey, this process that yoga invites us into of learning our patterns, of practicing discernment, and of starting to rewire our neural pathways for alternative options, alternative responses, is not easy. So it's okay if it doesn't come right away. That's why all of this is called a practice. And it's okay if you're messy in it at first. I am. One of my mantras is, well, each time with more grace. Maybe you stay, maybe you start to come to your double pigeon on this side. And just because you took one shape on one side doesn't mean the same shape is the right shape for you on the other side. Sometimes one hip is significantly tighter than the other. So again, it's not about forcing an end result. It's about meeting ourselves where we're at. Not about mind over matter, but about the discipline and the fire and the courage it actually takes to show up and to listen. To listen to our bodies, to hold an invitation. Each shape is an invitation, and then our body comes into it as it can, and then from there we get curious. And it does. It takes courage, and it takes curiosity, and a whole lot of compassion. One of my teachers used to call them the 3 C's, the vitamin C's. So help yourself anchor with your breath. Breath is the anchor point, because whatever else you've got going on, the breath is still flowing. On your next inhale, if you've bowed forward, slowly start to come back up. And as you exhale, we'll all unline our legs from wherever they are. Hands come behind you, and again, take those nice wide windshield wipers. If you're particularly tight through the outer edge of your hip, it might feel good. Drop both knees over to the right, then take your right ankle on top of your left knee. You can either do this sitting up, you can come down onto your forearms. And then we're going to switch sides. And then you're going to gently bring your legs back up. And if you're still in your hands, go ahead and lower it down onto your back. We're all going to meet there. Draw both knees into your chest here. Maybe take some small circles with your low back, going one direction and then the other. Now bring your bring your feet down to your mat, knees about hip width apart and over your ankles. Slide your shoulder blades away from your ears so they're moving towards your hips. And then start to press into your feet and arms. We're coming into bridge pose. So you're going to start to peel your spine up. You might want to slide a block or some books or a pillow under your hips here. Maybe you can interlace your hands and just inch your shoulders in a little bit closer to your spine, towards the midline, and then draw your knuckles towards your heels. Keep pressing through your feet. You don't want knees winging open. Press into the space below your big toe. Let inner thighs spiral slightly down towards that midline, towards the mat. See if you can release just a little through the very outer edges of your gluteal muscles and your hips. And breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release your hips back down to your mat. Bring your feet together, knees wide, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a nice big breath in. Big breath out. And gently bring your knees back to center. Draw them into your chest. Take a happy baby. Feet come up towards the ceiling. Knees come out wide towards your armpits. You can play with straightening one leg a little than the other, or you can rock back and forth. You don't want your low back to curl up towards the ceiling. So if you can't grab your feet and keep your low back reaching down towards the opposite edge of your mat from your head, then bring your hands to behind your thighs or even your calves. Or you can use, again, belts, towels, or scarves around your feet. And then gently bring your knees back to center, bring your arms out wide in a T, drop both knees over to your right. You can stay right here. If you need a little bit less, straighten your bottom leg out and just take your left knee across your body. If you need a little bit more, you can cross your left knee over top of your right and then drop both knees to the right. Maybe gaze turns the opposite direction of your knees. Keep both shoulder blades anchored down into the ground as best you can. Let the twist just gently move down your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae from there. Let your breath continue to flow. Maybe it's a little bit deeper or softer than it was when we were moving, a little faster. And then bring your knees gently back to center. And we'll switch sides. And then bring your knees gently back to center. And start to send your legs long on your mat. We're setting up for our Shavasana, our shape of final rest. So if sending your legs long on your mat is not actually how your body rests, you can either plant your feet and just let your knees rest on each other. If you've got a pillow or a rolled up blanket or something, you can thread under your knees for a little softness. That might help your low back release. You can send your legs long. Usually feet start to kind of come open. Again, depends on your body. And you want your arms to just kind of rest up to your side. Palms facing up if you can. But the important thing is that you're taking up space here in a way that allows you to relax. There's nothing you need to hold. And then take a few nice deep breaths in and out, sighing the breath out through your mouth. Let your eyes close if that feels okay. And as you start to settle, just gently scan your body, noticing where there may still be tension or holding. If there is still any tension or holding, just invite that to soften. Your awareness to where the back of your body meets the ground. And notice that point where you can't actually tell the difference, or when you actually bring your awareness there, you can't quite tell the separation of the back of your body and the ground. And you find that space that they have in common, just melt into it. Surrender to it, let it go. You are supported here. And so slowly from that space, just gently start to come back into your body. Maybe you ride your inhale back into your body, become aware of your breath flowing in and out. Feeling then your skin, the edges of your body, maybe wiggling fingers and toes or starting to bring small movements into your wrists and ankles. And then you'll, keeping your eyes closed if you can, just start to sense the room around you. So the four walls, the floor, the ceiling, so that you're bringing yourself back into this time and space. Orienting yourself again in your body, in something that is right here and right now. And if it feels good, reach your arms up and overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. And then from there, if it feels nurturing, make your way to one side of your body. Pausing for just a moment. We're eventually all making our way to a seat. So you're going to come there however works for you. And once there, bring your palms together at your heart center. Letting your head drop just a little, chin towards your chest. So that there's a gesture here of humility and of honoring. A lot of times we think of humility almost as actually like almost a negative connotation. But in this sense, the humility is not so much about subservience as it is about relationship. Right? It's a gesture of appreciation. And when you think about your relationships, if we're only taking and we're never stopping to give thanks or to give gratitude, things can sour pretty quickly. So it's the same with wisdom lineages, with yoga, with the other people in our lives, with our own bodies, with our connection with our breath, with our connection with spirit, with our connection with whatever, gratitude. So take a nice deep breath in, exhale it out. And we'll seal in our time together. We'll honor this space with one Om. Deep breath in. And then in that same gesture of honoring each other, of honoring yoga and this practice of honoring the light that is each of us and the shadow that is each of us, of truly seeing each other, we bow and we say, I see you, I honor you, and thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you next time.